guys, welcome to another Saturdays with Ava video. In this video, I will be teaching how to make the best cheese bread. So, in this bowl, I'm going to add half a cup of warmed milk. So, I'll pour this in. And a third cup of warm water. Next, we are going to add in 2¼ teaspoons of yeast, or that is 1 packet. Okay, so it's added in. And if you're wondering where I got these, I got them for Christmas. So they're the same color as my mixer. Okay, next we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now, you're probably like, Ava, why do you add sugar in this? Well, it helps activate your yeast quicker. And that's 2 tablespoons. So we are going to give this a quick mix. Okay, and that's good. So now you're gonna get a towel and cover this for 5 minutes to let the yeast activate. Back, guys, so it's been 5 minutes. Let's see how this looks. So this is why you really have to give it time to sit, because it gets all poofy like that, and that's what you want. You're gonna add in 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I'm using salted, but if you don't have salted, you could substitute it for a teaspoon of regular salt. Next, you're gonna add in 1 egg. Then you are going to add in 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, that's the garlic. Then you are going to add in 1 cup of flour. And I also got these for Christmas. And you're going to mix for a little bit, but usually I just add it in as I grab the flour. So I'm gonna add in another cup of flour. I'm gonna stir this again. And now you know that the bread's coming together, but as you can see, it's super sticky. So we need 1 more cup of flour, and that's it. Then we're done with the flour. Then we're gonna mix this until it's incorporated. Mix for a bit, and I can now hold it in my hands, but it is still a bit sticky. But that's okay, because there's still a little bit of flour at the bottom here. So, and I'm gonna try to get this into a ball shape. Best ball I can possibly get out of it. So I'm just gonna push this aside. I'm gonna grab this bowl. So it's pretty dirty, that's okay. And we're gonna pour in a little bit of olive oil. Just a little bit, so about a teaspoon of olive oil. Then we're gonna grab a pastry brush, and we're gonna kind of go around with this. You might need more oil depending on how big your bowl is. So I'm gonna add a bit more oil. I'm using this brand of oil, but you can use whatever you want. So I'm just gonna continue to get this all around. So the reason you're doing oil is so when it rises, because you have to let this bread rise, sadly, but when it rises, it will not stick to your bowl. So I know it's starting to turn the other stuff a bit yellow. That's okay. It's not that big of a deal. And when you think you've greased it enough, if you don't have a pastry brush at home, you can always use a paper towel. But I've greased this enough. You can kind of see the grease marks from the oil. You're just gonna grab your dough and you're gonna place it in here. So even the stuff you couldn't get together, it will be fine because oil's wet, so it will help make it better. So I'm just my table's clean, so. Okay, so then you are going to let this sit for an hour to rise or until it doubles in size. So this is something that does take a while. So you're gonna place the same towel over it and you're gonna let it sit for an hour near the sun or in a warm place. So my bread has had time to rise and it's doubled in its size. So I'm going to pull it out onto here. See, there's not as much crumbles as I said there would be. So, and I'm gonna roll this out. Try making it in the best square that I can. Now I'm going to get some cheese. Your 2 cups of grated cheese, you're gonna just pour on here. I'm just gonna empty out all the cheese. And then you're gonna spread it over around here. Try to do it evenly as much as you can. Then I'm gonna roll it up, and this allows there to be cheesy pockets in your cheese bread. But you wanna roll it up very tight. See how the ends are a bit open? I kinda like to pinch them shut a bit. Place the bread on the plate like this. And I'm gonna grab a knife and I'm gonna cut in the middle like this. See, this is what's gonna make your cheesy layers. That is why it is very important. Now you're probably like, why did you just wreck your bread, Ava? I didn't. You're gonna braid your bread a bit. So put this here, kind of like this, so it shows your cheesy layers, like this. And I'm gonna form it into more of a bread, and I'm gonna grab my pan, and you're gonna put some more oil in it. But I washed it. And you're just gonna make sure that the oil is covered so when you want to get out your cheese bread, it doesn't stick. Again, if you don't have one of these, you can use paper towel. Then you are gonna put your beautiful cheese bread masterpiece on here. And you're just gonna shove it in there. Just gonna put it in there and see all those, that's gonna look good. Now these things, you're probably like, Ava, what about those cheese? Well, you're just gonna stick them, push them into the sides, and they'll be like extra cheesy pockets. Let this sit in the pan for 30 minutes, and this just allows everything so there's no holes in your bread, and it just allows it to get used to its new form. And then after this, you are going to bake it at 350 for 45 to 55 minutes. So the cheese bread is done, and this is how it looks. Thank you for watching this Saturdays with Ava video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!